No, we're not.
Wait,
crying.
you're crying?
No, I'm not crying. Goodness gracious.
Okay.
And today,
We are talking all about girls. Okay,
Taylor
so
Swift, no. Would I have advised you to get a tattoo? No, I wouldn't have. Would I have advised you to get 4? No, I definitely wouldn't have. But who are you going to choose as your life partner? That's
terrifying.
That's not terrifying, but it's the only thing. As a dad, that's the thing now we focus on.
it's like what people say about relationships. You could be happy with anyone. It's who you want to make it work with. You can be happy anywhere you go. Like anywhere you go is where you're supposed to go.
Right.
Sorry.
Welcome to the Girl Dad Podcast. I believe this is episode 10.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yes, we are living our consistency pledge.
Yeah, we are. We're killing it. And we're double digits now. 10, that's amazing.
Yes, we are. And today, because it is International Women's Month,
We are talking all about girls. Women, girls. Girls are my favorite. Like, I love girls. Like, I literally love girls. You love girls.
I do love girls.
And they're just the best. I think that guys are awesome. And I think that girls are everything. Like, there's this quote that's like, everything I know about love comes from women. And I just love
beautiful.
girls so much.
That's beautiful. Can I just one distinction when it's girls until what age? What 16?
Oh my gosh. Okay, I call everyone a girl.
No, I don't.
I
It's about
know.
women, young women and women. It's more respectful.
Young women. But girls is like girly.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
You know, we had a conversation at work
Okay.
the other day about the term ladies.
Oh, I like ladies.
I know there was some resistance to the term ladies.
Why
And
is
you know,
that?
I don't know. Just maybe it wasn't as respectful. And I said, I'm not sure that's right because if you call me a gentleman, I'd be thrilled. But anyway,
so funny.
whatever you're comfortable with, I guess. I just know when someone hits 17, 18, to me, it's a woman.
No, I actually had a conversation about this. I forget who it was with, but it was with one of my guy friends. And I just kept calling him a boy. And he's like, no, I'm a man. And I'm like, no, you're a boy. Like, no, I've been a man since I was
That's what
16.
I mean. So I think generally we move to, at 25 years old, we move to men and women.
So I'm a woman.
Okay, let's dive in.
Before we start that, let's do our advice for the week.
Okay.
So it is spring. There are a lot of high school seniors who are making their decisions
Very stressful
right
time.
now.
Very
It is
stressful time for a lot of kids.
Extremely stressful time.
And we have our youngest, Eliza.
Eliza's a senior. She is so freaking smart. She's gone into so many schools.
She's applied to a lot of schools.
Yeah, she's applied to so many schools.
It's amazing.
It is amazing. So what advice would you give to the kids? For me, it wasn't really a hard decision.
You didn't have a lot of
I
options.
didn't have many options.
Yeah.
I have other strengths.
We
School isn't one of
could
them.
have done that differently.
Yeah.
I don't think we did a great job in coaching and guiding you.
No, I don't think at all. But you know what? Like, it was your guys' first time. It was my first time.
I don't
and
know.
look how it worked out.
I know it worked out amazing, but I feel like some of our parenting style was definitely about giving you a grounding foundation, hopefully driving and role modeling values, and then empowering you to kind of go and do. And some of that is really wonderful. And sometimes if some of you take a step back in a certain area or don't take a step forward, because it was the same process for Kira and the same process for Liza. It's just they have very different approaches, and we could have leaned into that one a bit more.
Yeah,
So.
Completely.
But it worked out amazing. You ended up at the right place.
Absolutely.
You thrived.
Yes.
You figured out
Wouldn't
how
have
to
changed
No, I
anything.
wouldn't either. But it was absolutely wonderful. And that, I think, is to my advice, goes to my advice point, which is bloom where you're planted.
Mic drop.
Yeah, no,
yeah, I love that.
And I went through heartache and pain as a high school senior. I was waitlisted at my top 2 choices, didn't get into any of my stretches, and then was down to my 2 safety schools, which were wonderful schools.
Yeah.
But at the time, as a kid, you have no governor, and at that point,
No, and it really is your whole life.
right, there's no internet at that point. Like, I'm literally going to the mailbox every day and just opening it up and checking. Wow. Yeah, and getting so many rejection after rejection after rejection.
Yeah, that's
to amazing
insane.
schools.
That's so sad.
And it set me back, and I learned so many valuable lessons from that. One is bloom where you're planted. 2 is you will end up exactly where you're supposed to be so long as you make that decision to make that the place you're supposed to be.
Amen. Oh my dad. Yes, I love that.
But-
it's so true. It's kind of like what it's like what people say about relationships for some people. It's like you could be happy with anyone. It's who you want to make it work with. It's like you can be happy anywhere you go. Like anywhere you go is where you're supposed to go.
Right.
And you just make it that.
Yeah. And I would say from an application standpoint, it was so funny because with you, we had to like force you to actually write the essays. With Kira, she wrote them and would ask for our opinion but didn't want it. And for Eliza, she wouldn't even show us. So
yeah, true.
So we have this spectrum as a dad, as a girl dad. You know, you're trying to sort through this, and it is not perfect. And you're just trying to, again, provide that foundation and then guide and coach along the way. But I've learned quite a few lessons around this process. But going back to your core question is appreciate the moment you're in. And bloom where you're planted and make the most of your situation, and good things will happen.
Completely. I love that. Thank you so much for that.
Okay, let's get into it.
Okay, let's get into it. So we are going to start off. I'm just going to ask you some questions inspired by Women's History Month and being a girl dad. Okay, number one. What is your favorite thing about being a girl dad?
I have so many things. I mean, one is the energy in this house is unmatched.
Whether positive or negative,
yes.
The energy is always at like a 200.
There's unconditional love in the house.
Very true also.
I feel like I have a wonderful connection. As you all have gotten older, I have felt that, my role changed, as does your mom's, and we try to figure out, you go from parent to kind of coach and experience counselor, like shared experience counselor.
Yeah, that's
and
crazy.
Because would I have advised you to get a tattoo? No, I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have. Would I have advised you to get 4? No, I definitely wouldn't have. Okay. So I'm just sharing experiences about what that might feel like 30 years from now.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there.
No, thank you.
But I love it. I remember wanting a boy so badly when, we had some challenges having kids early. And then you were born and I just was so happy.
Oh, Dad, we're gonna start crying.
No, we're not.
Wait, that was actually
you're crying. No, I'm not crying. Goodness gracious.
Okay, wait, that actually was one of my questions. Is how did you feel when I was a girl, and then Kira was a girl, and then Eliza was a girl?
Yeah. So when you were born, we just wanted healthy at that point. We had gone through the mill a bit. So and then after you were born, I just said I want all girls. It's unbelievable.
That is so cute.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm like literally trying so hard to suck in tears. I was telling Mom and Dad last night, I've cried like 10 times a day the last 4 days.
The emotional days are always the most fun in the house. And sometimes they're all crying at the same time.
Yeah. The best is when our cycles all link up.
No, we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that on the Girl Dad podcast. It's not happening.
Okay. What is something that you have learned from being a girl dad?
Patience.
Ooh, yeah.
Absolutely patience. I've learned the value and importance of role models. I think I'm much more, or would be much more cognizant of who's around, who you are around, and what that means and what matters. And then unconditional love. Because when you guys were all at your nastiest and you were all there, and when you said awful things,
I know,
especially to Mom,
I know, I regret it every day.
I just learned that I just trying to love you, and even if you screamed I hate you at me, which you have, I would just scream I love you back. You remember that?
But then that would just make me more and more
I know, but
mad.
it shouldn't have. But I just feel like you can't match that kind of intense energy you have, because I have it too.
Yeah.
And so I've learned, I continue to learn lessons. I continue to learn a whole host. And maybe the most valuable was, and this translated to work quite a bit, it's just everyone is different. Even in your own house, even your own 4 daughters, like they're all different. How is that possible?
All like completely different.
Yes. And so, and I could parent the same way to everybody. But I don't know if that would be most effective. I know, your mom and I have talked about that quite a bit in terms of how each one of you needs something different, and how we interact and how we parent and how we lead in this house. I mean, she does most of the leading, but you know what I mean? But how we get there actually matters.
No, completely. I love that. Okay. How has being a girl dad affected you outside of the home. Obviously in the home, it's 5 against 1 in here. And then outside the home, in the workplace, when you're interacting with other women, how has that affected you?
I like to think it's 5 and 1, not 5 versus 1. I mean, what the heck? It may feel that way sometimes, but let's hope we're all on the same team.
5 and 1,
yeah.
to be clear.
So I think I mean, it's hard to say. I mean, I had so many incredible role models. I mean, my mom is strong woman. I remember, you know, I was in trouble a bit as a kid, and I remember I don't know what I did. I can't remember what I did, but it was not a good situation. And she said, "Hey, you're coming with me." I was like, "No, Mom, I have school." And she's like, "No, you're coming with me." And we got on a plane. It's the first time I got on a plane. I think I was 13, and we flew out to Colorado Springs, and she was leadership and development. She and my dad had a business, and they were leadership development trainers, and she took me to see her, to watch her. And I don't know if she was trying to show me like, hey, you know, I'm a mom, but look, I'm also a baller too.
That is baller.
And so it was the 80s, so it was all guys, like essentially all white guys, you know, all in suits. And she got up in front of the room. She's, you know, 5'3" if she's wearing heels, little Italian woman, and she just made them laugh and made them cry. And I was just sitting in the back. I remember walking in, I was like, "Mom, what am I supposed to do?" She's like, "Sit back here, don't say a word." And I was in sweatpants. Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah. And I just remember just being like blown away. And then
that's amazing.
Yeah, so I just had this notion of what women were supposed to be, which I married a woman. I married your mom, who's equally that, you know, interesting, interested, smart, driven, incredible leader, incredible force for good, always looking to help people. And I think, you know, if they say you marry your mom, like I hope in some ways, like, you know, I think all the good qualities for sure I found in your mom. And that to me is like the biggest, you know, push. It's like, who are you going to choose as your life partner? That's the most important decision, you know, now as a dad.
That's terrifying.
That's not terrifying, but it's the only thing as a dad, as a girl dad, that's the thing now we focus on. Okay, you know, how do we help you through our shared experience figure out who that person is? So that's personally, I had a great role model, and I married a great role model, which is wonderful. And then
I love that.
And Lisa's mom, I'd say the same. But at work, I think I don't know if this is the case, but I've always brought in very diverse teams, and always had gender balanced teams that have worked alongside me.
Love it.
And I wonder if that's because I go home and have a strong partner and have incredibly strong daughters.
Yeah.
You know, and the net benefit of that is that because we spent a lot of time at my work when you all were growing up, the net benefit is you're around a lot of incredible women growing up. You know, Laura Price or Stacey McWilliams, or Donna Daniels.
It's so awesome.
At the NBA, Amy Brooks at the NBA, obviously the president there now. And you know, even at the NBA, 3 women started as children, 22-year-olds. Katie O'Reilly, Uz Moran, and Libby Bush.
Oh,
Libby
love all of them.
Okay, Uzma's the CMO of the MLB.
Yeah.
Katie runs teams. I've worked for her 3 times now.
So awesome.
And she beat me to Liv. I mean, has a huge job at Liv, and was the chief revenue officer and chief marketing officer at the Sixers.
So great.
And Libby sold her company to CAA. I mean, so it was an environment. I only bring up those 3 because it was an environment where they looked up and they didn't see all guys. They saw women and men working together. And I think the advantage of being a girl dad is, you know, or having multiple children is, you know, that everybody's different. And so one style of management is not going to work. It's not, you know, and you have to figure out how you enable, engage, and inspire and empower the teammates you have. And I think I got a lot of that from home.
Yeah, I love that. And I feel like you doing that and you bringing in all these amazing, strong women into all of your workspaces that we've seen, like, now we're all going into sports. Like, I feel like it's opened our eyes a lot to see, like, oh, like, this is not just for men. Like, this actually, we can be in this field and be successful and go for it. And I think it's really, really
Donna
cool.
Orender was running the WNBA.
Yeah.
You know,
so awesome. Yeah, I love that.
You know, it's been, that part's been pretty inspiring. And fast forward to Liv, where I am now, and Alana and Gueche are 2, and Katie are 3 women who have a very power seat at Liv. You know, and I love it. It's good.
Yeah.
And they're not there because they're women.
Right.
I think women makes them better at their job. Being a woman makes you better at your job, and gives you a bigger platform, I believe. but it's pretty special. So I think it's interchangeable. Like I think being a girl dad helped me do that, and doing that helped me be a better girl dad.
I love that. Yeah. That is amazing. I love it. Okay, what is your favorite thing, like, for lack of better terms, like, girly thing that you never thought you'd like, but now you're like you love it?
I don't think I love any of those things.
Mom and I literally said that that's what you would say.
Yeah.
But think about, like,
What?
Taylor
Swift.
You love Taylor.
No, I love like 4 songs, and you guys have like 9 albums on my freaking playlist. And then you mock me for like what what my favorites are. It's because you're listening to them over together. So I'm not taking that as a win.
Apple Music replay this year was like all Taylor Swift every month. They have like 30 songs.
Because you guys are using my phone when we're in the car. This is ridiculous.
Says the man who travels and lived across the country from us. Crazy. Or across the world, actually.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's fine.
Taylor Swift, no. Like the getting ready, taking an hour and a half to get ready, no. The making 5 meals every time we sit down, no. The cleaning up after you, no.
Okay, that's enough.
No, I'm not done.
Enough.
The walking into your bedroom and having to use like a plow to get through, no. The senseless arguments over like ridiculous things, no. So I don't know. I'm still trying to think through it.
Okay, yeah, no.
So all those girly things are hard.
Yeah.
Talking about girl things, no. That's something I can never recover from. Never. The way you guys like walk around without enough clothes on, no. But other than that stuff, it's all amazing. Okay. No, it's been great. Love you guys.
That is so funny. Oh man. Okay, if you were to give a man one person or one piece of advice for coming into this family.
Oof.
Because
run. Don't walk. Run. No, that's not true because this is a fun family.
Don't run. We're fun, I promise.
No. One piece of advice. So poor. I need you now. Okay, wherever you are, if you're out there. This is so much fun. Our house is fun. Our ladies are fun. It's a great family. But I would say to be yourself, be your authentic self when you come into the house and the family. I would say make sure you get enough space because you're gonna need it. And I would say so long as you have high integrity, that you work hard, you're loyal, you're loving, and you treat my daughter like the princess she is, everything's going to be amazing.
Oh, so true. And patience. Okay, love that. Okay, last question. How has the world changed for women since you were younger compared to now? And what is one thing that you think still needs to be changed?
Well, when I met your mom at the Nets, when we first started working, and there were a couple women there. They weren't at the top of the food chain, but they were like pushing through and breaking through.
Love it.
Amy Shear, my first boss. Shout out to Amy. Dolores O'Dowd, Lisa's mom's first boss.
Aww.
Yeah, pretty fun. And then when I went to the Eagles, remember I went to the Eagles when I was young. I was 24. Our CFO, Mimi Box, one of the great CFOs.
So cool.
Yeah. So I've had and Karen Levine was my counterpart when I got there, who ran marketing. I ran sales.
Oh, super cool.
So I've been surrounded by talented women, and then when I had a chance to actually hire, it was pretty exciting that I had a chance to add a much more gender-based and balanced group. So I've been fortunate. I mean, the NBA is the most diverse sports league in the world, and at my formative years, that's what it was.
Yeah.
So it was amazing. So I've been really fortunate. So I haven't seen. I've also been a man, so I haven't dealt with some of the bias and the crap and the stuff that you should never deal with. And I hope no one's ever experienced that working with me. But
we love an aware man.
Thank you for that. So, but I think you can do whatever you want to do and whatever you want to achieve in life, and I think that's the beauty of living in the time that you live, being empowered like you are, being enabled with information. It's the information age, so you have access to everything and anything you could possibly want.
Good, totally.
And then it's a matter of like how you want to live and who you want to become. And I don't see any ceiling. I don't see any thing holding you back from achieving what you want to achieve. The hard part is figuring out what you want to achieve.
Yes.
And I have no doubt that I don't know what your dreams and goals are, but I have no doubt if you set them high enough, you'll hit them.
Love that. Love that. Yes. Wait, there was this quote that I wanted to read because I saw it. I've had it in my phone forever, and it reminds me so much of you. I'm going to change something. I'm going to change one word from 3 to 4.
Okay.
So it affects our family. But it's Rupi Kaur. And it's, as a father of 4 daughters, it would have been normal for him to push marriage on us. This has been the narrative for the women in my culture for hundreds of years. Instead, he pushed education, knowing it would set us free. In a world that wanted to contain us, he made sure we learned to walk independently. And I feel like you have done such a good job of like exactly that, of pushing us to be strong and independent and able to provide for ourselves and do things by ourselves. So it's not, leaning on someone else, but to, I don't know, then be able to go into a marriage partnership and be able to, I don't know, bring that half,
Yeah, well, hopefully, we always say that the best way to raise amazing women is to have a strong partnership, which I have with your mom. And so hopefully over time we've role modeled the behaviors that we want you to live and be and see. And far from perfect, and certainly could do some things differently and over, but yeah, it's been a wonderful journey so far.
Love that.
Let's get into guess the Disney character, because I've been thinking about this for a long time.
Okay.
I have a good one. I think this one's going to be hard.
Okay.
I'm not sure it's a Disney character, which make it harder.
Okay.
But I don't know. I've just been thinking of this guy.
Let's get into it.
Okay, let's go.
Okay. Is it a girl?
No.
Wait, really?
I don't think
Women's
so.
History Month.
Oh, yeah. Let me change. Okay. It would be, got it.
Okay. Is it a girl?
Yes.
Is it a princess?
Yes.
Is it Belle?
No.
Is it Ariel?
You can't just guess every princess. No.
Okay. Does she have brown hair?
No, she does not.
Does she have blonde hair?
She does.
Cinderella?
Yeah, and you know what? At our wedding, there was like a little kid at the wedding who just kept thinking Mom was Cinderella. That's what I thought about.
That's so...
Yeah, I was calling her Rella.
That is so cute.
Yeah, your mom's
Mama.
she's much prettier than Cinderella.
Yeah, she is much prettier. Okay, love that.
You finally got one, because it's been now 10 weeks. And
Okay.
I'm just, for me, like you getting when I was trying to set the bar, like I was going to go something really basic.
Well, you know what I actually was thinking about? I was going to fight to be like, no, like let me do one. But then I realized you would never guess any that I would do. I don't think. I don't think you'd be able to guess.
Probably not. But you know what I had in mind? Dumbo. Is that a Disney character?
Yeah, it is a Disney character.
Boom.
Remember the Dumbo ride?
Maybe I'll get it next time.
Yeah, maybe you will. Okay, yeah, no. Okay, I'll try and just flush it from my brain. Wait, really quick, before we close, want to each say 3 influential women, just a sentence about them, why they've impacted you.
Great.
Just really quick.
Okay. You can't copy mine. One is Lisa, my incredible wife.
Obviously, my first one.
She makes me want to be a better man.
Love it.
She changed my life, changed my world. I found the right person for all eternity. It's pretty amazing.
I love that.
I'd say my mom, probably second to Lisa, who's been a force for good, strong, taught me how to like raise strong, independent, tough kids, and I appreciate that. And hopefully you guys get some of that. And then third, I'd say my mother-in-law, Janet. I've called her mom since the first day I met her.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
Yeah. And she's a wonderful saint, great human being. Like I think lives in the essence of service.
Totally.
And would help anybody, anything, for anything, anytime. And I like that.
I absolutely.
So those are my
love
3.
that.
I know they're all personal. They're all really close to me. I love them all. I tell them I love them all the time.
I love that.
And I feel really blessed to have them in my life.
Okay, amazing.
about you?
Love it. Oh my gosh. Having to narrow down to 3 is so tough because there's a million. One, I'm going to just copy you and say mom, because she is literally everything. She is the kindest, like funnest, most beautiful, smartest. Like she is everything. She makes our life fun. Like of course I'm going to start crying like thinking about it, but like she is just like just like the best. Sorry. Number 2 is Caitlin Clark, just because
Caitlin
everything.
Clark. The heck? How about Cappy Pondexter?
Wait, can you hold on? We're doing
Let's go
quick
Cappy
3. I said it's
Pondexter.
love Cappy. I love Cappy. Yeah. We should have put her name on the front drawing. Anyway, Caitlin, just because of the amount of awareness that she's brought to women's sports and to the W the last few years, like, is so awesome and powerful and inspiring, and she's so great. Number 3 is one of my best friends, Julia Tunick. She taught me so much about just energy and chakras and healing and all this stuff that makes up so much of who I am, that I feel like I have honestly like just loved myself and loved girls and everyone so much more through all of that.
I think that's one of your great gifts. You root for other people, and I think that for women out there, for young girls out there who are playing sports or in school, for women that are entering their careers, just help each other. Like, lift each other up, root for each other. It makes such an impact and a difference.
Oh my gosh.
No clawing down, build up, lift up, root for each other. Life will be a better place.
Absolutely.
Next week, we are going to do Caitlin Clark versus Angel Reese.
Oh,
I just thought of that.
Oh, I guess we're doing that next week.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it.
Thank you for joining in, signing in, watching, listening. Please subscribe, forward, share,
like, comment, all of the above.
We love you. We miss you. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, guys. Bye.